When you get caught in the rain on your motorcycle, what do? Do you pull over, get wet? Do you find an underpass, which we're not on the highway? Do you find a tree? Do you ride through it? I don't know. If it's really, really wet, I don't exactly trust myself because I don't really ride in the rain. But if it's a short little stint of drops, I don't really worry about it too much. Nice, cool you off. I just looked up, I'm like, well, it's just this cloud above me. There's blue skies around me where I'm headed. I'm not too worried about it. So, let's ride it out. If you're gonna get wet, you're gonna get wet, so you might as well ride through it, right? Then I start thinking, well, what bike am I on? How are the tires? Are they actually decent enough to take rain? Probably. But yeah, see, I think we're already past most of the rain. Supposed to get some pop-up storms here and there. Now, they're over there. We might get some storms over there. But I'm going this way. So if I can beat that cloud system home, then I should be fine. Just right around the storm, you'll make it. But how do you guys feel about riding in the rain? I've seen mostly baggers out on the highway just trucking. They might have rain gear on. They're just flying along like they normally would, and I don't feel comfortable doing that, unfortunately. I don't have any experience. If I took a road trip, I'm sure it would happen. Maybe I could get my feet wet, per se. And I think if I was riding with someone else and I trusted the motorcycle, I'd probably follow their lead on the whole thing. Be more confident if I watched somebody doing what I needed to do. Otherwise, I'm a little nervous. I don't get nervous on bikes a whole lot, except for weather. You know, if I'm working on a motorcycle and I'm taking it out for a test drive, I can kind of expect what I might be in for. Hopefully I have the tools to pull a brake caliper off or something, but typically I know what's going to happen. Other than with that Vulcan that we rode, I didn't realize that the bevel gear bearing was going out. So I didn't know that the bevel gear cover was going to fly off. I don't even know where it is. And hot oil was going to burn me. I didn't know that. That was a surprise. But you're gonna have things when you buy bikes from other people. They're selling them for a reason. And it's usually not because they don't enjoy riding them. Not always. The bikes I tend to buy, they're like, wow, it doesn't run. Or there's an issue that needs fixed. So I'm buying it as it is, junker, no junker, and then I have to figure out what's wrong with it. Is it worth fixing? Or are we parting this bike out? So that's typically. The A4 Sabre 1100, this one is the only bike, well, there were two. This is the most expensive bike I ever bought for $1,000. And I could have ridden it home from Philadelphia and probably been fine. I didn't have a helper, so I basically just drove down there and grabbed it with the trailer. But like I said, this is the most I ever paid for a bike, $1,000, and it was ready to ride, ready to roll. And actually, as I'm thinking about it, I don't think I ever did an oil change on this. And this is all busted up, so I don't have miles to go by. She's probably due for an oil change, and I need to do that before too long. Having so many motorcycles and keeping track of maintenance isn't the easiest thing to do. I should keep record of when I do oil changes and such. Usually when I get them, that's what I do, but I don't think I did that on this one. She also needs a rear gear oil change because she's a shaft drive. So, and then I really don't service the cooling systems very much. Usually only when I have to rip them apart is when I put in new fluid. And that's probably something I should look at doing, because be smart. Don't be dumb. Man, they got a bunch of wheel guys going on in there. You take care of your bikes. I have so many motorcycles that I jump from one to the other, and I don't put a lot of miles on them, I guess you would say. So you got to go by time. And I do write down when I change stuff. I do make videos on it, so I can go by that. See? No more rain. That's when we started this video. No more rain. We're comfortable. We're confident. They are really ripping up this road. Putting down new... Oh, I don't know if you love that smell or not. Fresh blacktop, fresh pavement. I don't know. Ever since I've been to the beach and visited an aircraft carrier and destroyer ship, which you should watch those videos. They're really informative. If you like old mechanics and old vehicles and military, those are fun videos to watch. I'll edit a few more. I do have one up on the SS Laffey destroyer. You should go check that out. And I need to put up the one for the USS Yorktown aircraft carrier. And then I'll probably have a separate video for all the aircraft that were on display on that aircraft carrier. Set up for World War II, many of the displays and stuff on that ship. It's just amazing, the kind of stuff that... Okay, we're gonna go around this guy. Just amazing what our servicemen, sailors have gone through, and I'm honored to be able to go on one of those ships. So anyway, it's probably enough for this video. So do your maintenance on your bikes. Most of you probably have 1, 2, 3 bikes, and you're keeping track and keeping maintenance. What I'm saying is, don't neglect them, because you're going to destroy them. And it's not just going to be easy maintenance once you destroy them. Then you're going to have to be replacing parts. And trust me, these older 80s bikes, parts are not as easy to come by. And most mechanics will not work on them for you. So you're stuck doing it yourself, sourcing parts yourself. And sometimes when you buy parts, you don't know if it's even destroyed itself. So it's not always a comfortable situation to be in. So make sure you maintenance these bikes, and they'll run forever. The Hondas were over designed, and they're solid, most of them. There's little issues here and there that they fixed throughout the years. We won't mention the chocolate cams on the Magnus, because this is a V65. I do tend to keep the revs up a little higher. I don't know, I don't really worry about this bike. The Magnus had the issue. The Sabres, I don't know, you could argue they did too, but this is an amazing bike. I haven't had issues. Listen, you can't even hear any valve noise. Let's just hope I don't say that and then regret it. But that's why they only made these for a short time. People were scared of the oiling to the top of the engine. It was a legit concern on the Magnus. I don't know if it was on the Sabres, but you can get an oil kit that sends oil directly to the top end of the engine. One of my Magnus does have it. You haven't seen that one in ages. That was the $200 Magna. Seriously, you haven't seen that bike in ages. There's a few little issues I need to fix. It did run, and I did have the carbs clean, so I hope... Uh-oh. Sirens. I hope it's still okay. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Just rambling today, and I think I'm going to make it home before it storms. So, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Get out and ride.